day going good, because mine is. Let me share with you all. So, remember this morning I talked about having time for myself, right? Well, I said, have my little coffee and, a veggie wrap. It was good, too. It was good. And while I was sitting there, an important person came into, the restaurant. And I remember him from, years back. So we saw each other. And we talked, and telling me all about the opportunities, boom, boom, boom. So I thought he was going to email me, some information. And I was like, cool, cool. So it was like, a good conversation. And, like I said, it was a good conversation, as far as business-wise and so forth. Then I left and I was driving. And something said, to text, my friend. So I just text her, have a great weekend, okay? And all of a sudden, she was just like, just started texting me back, all this good news and stuff, like good, like good stuff. And she's telling me, about, how there is a minority interpreter. So I was like, that's a problem here in Buffalo. We don't have any minority interpreters. Like I thought we was all about, diversity. But that's something that we have to work on. So she was telling me about, taking this, what's it called, certification for a deaf interpreter. I thought, I was like, can we do that? Because, we already deaf and we know signs, but to take a certification, I'm like, now you talking? She said, yes. So I was like, okay. Like, it was meant for me to text you. So she sent me that info. And trust and believe, I'm taking that. I'm going to get my certification in deaf interpreter, okay? Because I'm going to be an interpreter. And we're going to change the narrative, okay? Because the way things are here, like, no representation, like, representation, matters. People of color should see someone, who is signing them just like them. And listen. You got me on another level, okay? So I'm like, we about to increase up a notch. Then check this out. My left eye been twitching. It's been twitching for about what? Since, was it Tuesday? Tuesday, yes. What's funny is that on Tuesday, I saw my former foster mother and her children, at the event. Mind you, I haven't seen this lady in probably about 3 years. But just last week, I was asking about her. Like, how's she doing? And I heard that she was fine. So when I saw her, I said hi, like, everything happens for a reason, Like, I asked about you last week, and wasn't trying to have a conversation with me. Not at all. Cool. But her other family gave me a hug, came up to me, gave me a hug, boom. And I've been with this foster mother for 10 years. I'm like, like I literally call her mom. Like she was my mama, okay? And my children, call her Nana. And, it was just how 3 years ago, just stopped talking to me, boom. I mean, for some personal reasons, because I share my personal life, and I share some stuff, that happened in her house. Boom, that happened to me. Okay. And I was living in my truth, trying to get through my pain and all. Listen. I'm gonna come out. Y'all gonna see me. Y'all gonna remember this video. How I talked about this. Y'all gonna see me. Well, I'm gonna be talking. Y'all hearing me? I'm gonna be talking about my life, okay? Boom. And because, got to remember that everything that we go through in life, it happens for a reason. And what don't break you makes you stronger. And when we have triggers, people be thinking they coming to destroy you. No. Some come to heal you, baby. Yes. And some come to let you know you need to take a trip, to the past and see your revelation. Okay. Ooh. Y'all ain't ready for me. But I'm gonna be talking. Just watch. And I'm like, my eyes are twitching. Oh, someone talking about me bad. Maybe it's not bad. It could be good. I don't know. So, but I know somebody's talking about me bad. I know somebody's talking about me. Okay? And the people who used to spend time with, I kind of move away. Because they're not doing anything, to contribute to finding solutions about life. Just always complaining about life. Wanting to drink, smoke, party. That's not life. All right. So, I'm good. Yesterday, a person was telling me, you getting too busy for me. Like, when you gonna have time for me? I laughed. I'm like, time for you? When all you do is complain. Who wants to be around that? Complain. Listen, I'm always encouraging you, trying to keep you in a positive mindset. But you always want to be negative. I can't be around negative. I can't. And I don't want to. So, remember, love you. Put yourself first. Show up for yourself, baby. Love you. Woo.